Hello folks, thanks for tuning in. I read something today that just got me worked up. You might already know about it, but I wanted to read you the news article nonetheless. While I'm reading this, I want you to go back in your memory banks and recall the bakeries, the few bakeries that were shunned, that were protested, that were ran out of business, that were ruled against by courts for not baking gay wedding cakes out of fear of God and God's ultimate punishment. Now, regardless of what you feel about God, because I do know there's a lot of people who do not believe in God, but try to put yourself in their position. They believe in God and they believe in His wrath, His punishment. And it's not so much as them being against gays that they didn't make the gay wedding cake. They are afraid of His eternal punishment in hell. But now, while I'm reading this news article, remember the hypocrisy. Put on my old man glasses because that's what happens when you get old. Judge rules New York City bar can refuse service to Trump supporter wearing MAGA hat. MAGA meaning Make America Great Again. Here's a little picture. Now, I'm not going to read the full news article. I'm not going to bore you to death. A bar patron sued, claiming he was refused service and kicked out for wearing a MAGA hat, Make America Great Again, and for supporting Trump, the Reuters news reports. A Manhattan judge ruled Wednesday that kicking a Trump supporter out of a bar does not violate the law, because the law does not protect against political discrimination. That sentence alone I'd like to research. Does the law protect us from political discrimination? I believe it does, actually. Greg Piatek of Philadelphia claims he was refused service and eventually removed from a New York City bar in January 2017 for wearing a Make America hat, Make America Great Again hat, in the lawsuit against the establishment. The bar said anybody who supports Trump or believes in what you believe is not welcome here. And you need to leave right now because we won't serve you, Piatek claims the staff of the Happiest Hour told him. Piatek claimed the incident offended his sense of being in America, the New York Post reported. The lawyer representing, this is the last paragraph that I'm going to read. The lawyer representing the Happiest Hour bar, Elizabeth Conway, argued that he was not discriminated against because of only religious, not political, beliefs are protected under the state and city discrimination law. Supporting Trump is not a religion. So she is admitting that protection of religion is protected. That's not what they believed when they were all protesting and suing and running the bakeries out of business. Because it was these same types of people, these same types of judges that were ruling against the bakeries. The hypocrisy. These people cannot have truth next to them. They get violent. They want you out. It's no different from having, let's say, a college debate where some of these conservative news talk people are invited on a stage in front of the college audience and then being shouted down. You know why they're being shouted down? It's because a debate is combat of intellect, a combat of intellectual words. It is a combat of sorts. And when you cannot combat against somebody's intellectual words, you are basically beaten. Therefore, instead of going to combat like a coward would, they shout you down because they cannot compete against you and your intellect. That is the whole point of shouting somebody down. If you shout them down, you do not have to fight them, in a sense. And that's what's going on across America right now. Shouting down and removing them from your business. They don't want to hear what you have to say. But folks need to remember the debating, the combativeness of intellects establishes a better path. When two people debate, hopefully out of the debate, people can see, the audience for that matter, what is a better path, what is a better way of doing something. And if the audience is deprived of that, nobody wins in a debate. The audience goes home not knowing which intellect is a superior intellect, which route, which way of life is better. The audience is the one eventually who loses in the end because they don't see a better path. They don't learn nothing. This shouting down, this removing people of just because they're wearing a simple hat, that's an act of coward. That's coward. Anyway, folks, I know I'm guilty of getting worked up sometimes. But I hope you leave me a thumbs up. I really do. And I hope that you leave a comment. I really do appreciate the comments. I always attempt to respond to your comments. Even if it's one word, thank you. Or thank you is 2 words. Even if it's just one word, thanks. I always try to respond to everybody's comment. So again, a thumbs up and a comment. And I'm off to bed. It's late. Take care.